Hi everyone, so I'm back today to share my latest design team project for Country Craft Creations. So I was given the Simple Story Jingle All the Way collection, and what I created with it was this folio. So my folio measures 8.5 inches from top to bottom, 6.5 inches from side to side with a 1 1/4 inch spine. So I'm going to show you the spines. I used the buffalo plaid and kept it really simple, and the same with the back. I always like to use a darker color on the back because I figure they get the most wear. So on the front, on the left hand flap, I guess is what I'm going to call it, I used 2 chipboard elements, and I also used a 3x4 cut apart that I mounted on some artisan craft cardstock, and then I adhered it just about a little over halfway to the left-hand flap. The left-hand flap is also held closed with 2 large magnets, one at the bottom and one at the top. And on the inside left side, I used 2x2 cut aparts, mounting them on the artisan craft cardstock, and then mounting them to the pattern paper that I'd put on the inside left cover. And then when you turn and open it to the right, what I have here is I have a couple of flaps. On the front flap, this is a 3x4 cut apart, and I added some of the stickers from the sticker sheet that came with the collection. And then it opens down, and everything that I have adhered to the pages I have made so that you can tuck something in underneath it, or you could just put it above and just cut down your 4x6 picture. This also came from the sticker sheet. This one is actually adhered right to the page with room for another picture here. And then it opens again, and at the top we have the same thing going on, that you can get the picture in underneath or just put it below, whatever you'd like to do. And then our Santa that's down here on the main page, he is not adhered completely down to give you room to put your picture in underneath it if that's what you'd like to do. So that is the inside covers, both left and right. And so then what I did is the first flap has some angle pockets in it, and I show you how to create these angled pockets in the tutorial. Inside there are all these photo mats. There are 2 5x7s. There are 2 4x6s. And there are also 2 cut aparts that you could either journal on the back of or put pictures on the back. And all of this just goes in this pocket that is on the left-hand side of the folio. So it opens, and then what you have is you have a waterfall that's for portrait pictures. This element came from the sticker sheet, as well as this one, and this element also came from the sticker sheet, and they're all popped up. Foam tape that Tammy has in the store right now to adhere these items. I also put my waterfall closer to the bottom of the page to give me the space to do this at the top. And then this actually is cut from the 2x2 cut aparts. I just chose a section of it that I really liked, and then cut it to fit my waterfall page. And there is a magnet, and the magnet actually is on the front so that this pattern paper would cover it. And then there are 3 more places for pictures, with the last magnet being right here. And this is again a large magnet that's holding this all shut. So then with the flap that opens to the right, I have this seam binding tie closure, and it's black seam binding from Tammy's store. This red twine also comes from Tammy's store. And I'm just going to undo this a little bit. And these are from there's a tag sheet in the collection, and so these 2 elements are coming from that tag sheet, and I just adhered them flat because I didn't want any bulk in this section of the album or folio. This is a 2x2, and it's adhered on some craft. And then it is a tuck spot with room for a picture to go underneath it. And this flap opens to your right, and in the angle pockets that are on either flap, I have a 4x6, and I also have a, it's just a little bigger than a 3x4. I think it's 3 1/4. Yes, it is. And what I did on this one is these are elements from the bits and pieces, and I just adhered them. And there's room on the back for journaling or a picture. And then on this other side, again, there's a 4x6 photo mat that you can stick your picture in underneath it. And then these elements came from the sticker sheet, and then you can journal on the back of it. And then this is an element from the sticker sheet that I actually adhered to some craft cardstock, and then I just glued it down on either side so that you can get underneath it with your picture. And there's a generous space there. Probably you could get a 5x7 picture in this spot nicely. So I'm going to close this, and then it opens to the right. And on the right hand side it's a pocket, and on the front of the pocket I used some of the chipboard elements, the houses, and some of the Christmas lights that were on that page. And this pocket is holding a booklet, and these are the 2x2 elements. And like I say, lots of place for pictures and journaling. And then in the center section, what I have is I have a flip up. I call this the top. And this flip element, or flip flap, I guess you want to call it, it opens down. So I hope I'm getting this all in the picture. This is a piece from the bits and pieces, and all I've done is made it so that you can adhere the picture underneath. You'd have to cut down a 4x6 a little bit, and you could put one at the top. And then the same here. There's room to stick your picture. And this is a 4x6 that I cut down for that particular location. And it flips up, and again the card is just a tuck spot, and you could add a picture to the top. It flips up, and again what I've done is these both elements come from the bits and pieces, and you could stick your picture in like so, or it will take a landscape picture as well if you just crop it down a little bit or cut it down a little bit. And then on the bottom there is a small, very narrow pocket, and this is some of the washi tape that I just adhered to a piece of artisan craft cardstock, and then I popped it up with the foam tape that Tammy sent me, and I quite liked the look it created. Kind of grunged it up a little bit with my ink, and that's what I ended up with. So these are two 3x4 cut aparts, and I added from the sticker sheet some of the words. So this one says no peeking, and this one says ho ho ho. There's room on the back for pictures. And then there is another booklet that I mounted a 3x4 cut apart on it, and these two Christmas trees come from the bits and pieces. Again, lots of room inside for pictures and journaling. So then I have some flaps, and on the front flap I used a 2x2 with some of the bits and pieces layered together to create a little element on the front of this particular flap. It opens up, and this came from the sticker sheet, which I added and fussy cut around. Lots of generous space for pictures, lots of tuck spots. Again, I believe this was from the bits and pieces, and this piece was from the sticker sheet, and I just combined them along with this 2x2 just to make another element on the front of this particular flap. This is from the sticker sheet, and it opens again, and again you have a generous space for a picture, or you could just leave it blank, whatever you would like to do with that. And then it all closes, so there's no magnets holding any of this together. And it closes, and it goes like so. And I should tell you that this flap opens, and there's two magnets here, and it opens, and the other two are down here. So I hope you've enjoyed my walk through this folio. The tutorial should be up on my YouTube channel shortly. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. And remember, everything I used to create this folio you could get at countrycraftcreations.com, I think. I'll put a link in the description at the bottom. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.